The next program on our agenda is the much awaited and anticipated talk by Sri Amey Deshpande. Eternal message of Bhagavad Gita, relevance for today's challenges. Dr. Amey Deshpande hails from Maharashtra. He was a student of the Sri Sathya Sai Primary School, Prasanthi Nilayam. He acquired his bachelor's degree in commerce from Bangalore University. He pursued his MBA finance program at the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. Thereafter, at Bhagwan's behest, he registered for the MPhil program in 2006 and was awarded the gold medal in 2007 for the same. He completed his doctoral studies in 2016 in the area of corporate strategy from the Department of Management and Commerce, Prasanthi Nilayam. During this period, he also taught MBA program students subjects such as strategic management, corporate financial strategy, management control systems, and an awareness program. He serves as resident fellow at Sri Sathya Sai Centre for Human Values. He is a passionate advocate of the Sathya Sai way of education. He is a proud member of the Prashanti Bhajan group. He is an acclaimed speaker and is widely known for his talks related to bhajans. It is my privilege and honor to welcome Sri Amey Deshpande, sir.
ईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवतां नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिनां मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वाम् अनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवध्वंसिनी। Offering our loving pranams at the lotus feet of our ever-present Swami. State President Sir, all the coordinators, all the dignitaries, Madam, all the Balvikas Gurus, a very loving Sai Ram to all of you. After hearing such a wonderful talk on the practical aspect, and that too in Kannada, I bring you two bad news. One is I will be talking on Bhagavad Gita. That is, it is going to be a fairly philosophical talk. And second, it is going to be in English. So for those of you who don't understand, we'll try to make it as simple as possible. But we have got our brothers and sisters to put the text in Kannada. So we will follow whatever is going on in as much as Kannada. And wherever necessary, please raise your hand and tell us, and we will have one of our brothers translate, into Kannada. In fact, Asha Aunty asked me to speak in Kannada. I said, if I speak in Kannada, then you will not know Bhagavad Gita. Because I don't know Kannada. So the effort of learning Kannada and then talking about Gita, the whole thing will be a lopsided affair. So I will stick to a language that I know, and hopefully we will speak through the language of the heart. So right at the beginning, let me start with a video. This is a very, very old experiment that was done in the US. One of the great psychologists, his name is Dr. Walter Mischel, he conducted this experiment with 4-year-olds. And this experiment only works with 4-year-olds. It doesn't work with anybody higher than that. What is the experiment? I will tell you the experiment, then we will see the video. The experiment is that one child, 4-year-old child, will be brought into the room and it will be told, if you answer my question properly, you will get one marshmallow. You know what is marshmallow? One sweet. In India, it could be gulab jamun, kaju katli, Mysore pak, anything. So the child, obviously, all children, they love sweets, chocolates. So do you like marshmallow? Oh, I love marshmallow. Okay. So you answer this question. That is not the experiment. The experiment starts after the child answers the question. So simple question. Who is the Prime Minister of India? Let us say. So they will tell, okay, Modi ji, whatever. Mind you, this is in 1960s, okay, and it's in the US. So they're not asking Prime Minister of India. They're asking some other question. The child answers, which school do you go to? What is your father's name? Then they will be given marshmallow. Now, the child is told, do you want one marshmallow or you want 2 marshmallows? Obviously, the child, what will it say? I want 2 marshmallows. Okay, then, see, here is the first marshmallow, but I will go out of the room and I will come back. And if you are able to control till I come back, you will get 2 marshmallows. Is it okay? Yes, the child will say, yes. And now the child doesn't know that there is a camera in the room, which is monitoring what that child is doing. So the video that I am going to show you is what the child is doing while it is waiting for a marshmallow. Okay, so now we will see the video. Can you play the video? This is the marshmallow. The 4-year-old is coming in.
All right, here's the deal. Marshmallow for you. You can either wait, and I'll give you another one if you wait, or you can eat it now. When I come back, I'll give you another, so then you'll have 2.
Now watch the children.
Stay here and stay in the chair till I come back, okay? All right. I'm gonna go do something and then I'll come back.
It smells yummy. It smells really good.
The child is smelling the marshmallow, looking at the marshmallow. This fellow is not even seeing the marshmallow. He's only feeling the marshmallow. This fellow started slowly nibbling at the marshmallow. He's trying to distract himself.
Alright, so it's up to you. You can wait. Okay? I'll be back. Stay in the chair, okay? Okay. All right, so I'm going to leave and then I'll come back, okay? So you can either eat it right now or you can wait. Either way, okay?
See that she has not even left. This girl has already started eating. One in the hand is better than two in the bush.
How'd you do? Did you do good?
Now she comes back.
You did? You wanted to eat it, didn't you? Yeah. So did I tell you to give you another one?
So now you waited.
You can have both. You need 'em.
Now, why am I showing you this video? This was one of the greatest moments in psychology. Walter Mischel went on to write a book. It's one of the best-selling books, and it is called. Okay, it's not very visible here. It's called the marshmallow test, and it says, "The art of self-control is the engine of success," by Walter Mischel. What he did was he did not stop here. He tracked these children over the next 20 years of their life, and he found an amazing insight. The insight he found was the children who were able to control their urge to eat the marshmallow, they went on to become highly successful people, whether it was in college, whether it was their 10th class board exams, 12th class board exams, whatever exams they took in their life, they did far better than the children who were not able to control the urge of eating that. How fascinating is that? And why am I talking, or why are we talking about this here, is because in the Bhagavad Gita, there is one particular shloka that the Lord says, "Santushtam satatam yogi yatatma drida nishchayaha mayyarpita manobuddhi yomad bhakta same priyaha." Santushtam satatam yogi. Who is a yogi? The one who has got self-contentment. And the next word is yatatma drida nishchayaha. Yatatma means the one who has got self-control. All those children who were able to keep their urge of eating that marshmallow, they are yogis. Right? They are in their small little way, they are yogis, because they know that I have to wait so that I will get something better. How many times in our life, our condition is not different from that of the child. The child is waiting for marshmallow, we are waiting for our next job. Either we are waiting for wealth, or we are waiting for relationships, or we are waiting for positions, or we are waiting for God's grace, whatever it may be. You see, even Shirdi Baba, oftentimes he used to ask for two things. What is that? Shraddha and Saburi. That Saburi is what you see over here. Swami also, 3 P's. What are the 3 P's? Purity, patience, perseverance. Saburi means purity and patience and perseverance. So, I will straight away start with, when we were having our discussion, I was told, take up one shloka or 2 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita and tell us how we can teach that in our class, in our Balvikas class. I thought you can simply take this, show the video. In fact, what you can do this in the class and see. Of course, you don't have 4-year-olds. You will have 10-year-old, 12-year-old, group 2, group 3. See what they like and try this experiment in your class. It will be enjoyable for them also, because those who can wait, they will get 2 marshmallows, 2 gulab jamuns. I'm telling you, Balvikas registrations will increase, because they'll come to, that guru is giving samosa. This guru is giving Kaju Katli. More children will come to your class. Only thing is, budget you will have to ask state president. Right? So, when we teach Bhagavad Gita, we don't have to teach it in a very... Bhagavad Gita, and we will come to this later also, is a very, very beautiful document. And so let us now go a little deeper into this Bhagavad Gita. Another shloka I will like to take, and that is, so this is the meaning. Okay, let us look at this. We all know this, right? Karmanye vahadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Okay, ma karma farahe turbhu mate sangotsva karmani. Now, at the moment this comes, oh my God, this is like some heavy philosophy. So let us try and understand, how does this refer to a Balvikas child? If we have to teach, it's very easy to, gurus, most of you all can come stand over here and probably give a half an hour lecture on Karma Yoga. The difficulty is, how do you take this Karma Yoga, a concept like Karma Yoga, to the class, to the Balvikas class? Correct? Is that our challenge? Okay, so now let us see, how do we understand something like Karma Yoga? This is basically, do all your actions without expecting the result. Your first thought will be, is that even possible? It's not possible. Everything that we do from morning to evening, we are expecting a result. When we eat food, we are expecting a result, that my stomach will get full. Imagine if really, oftentimes I used to think Brahmarpanam when we were small, I used to keep one eye open and look at the plate. Because really, if Brahma comes and eats from that plate, then I will not chant Brahmarpanam. Especially if it is pizza or something. Okay, means all, like if it is brinjal or, which I don't like, please Brahma, you take. Anyway, I don't want it. But dishes which I like, I definitely, the entire, I know, only for namesake Brahmarpanam Brahmavir. Finally, it's coming to me only. I'm very confident about that. If I knew that God was going to take from my... That is why what we do, first we give off God one small plate with Naivedyam. You eat this and be happy. Remaining I will keep for myself. Right? So how do we understand this concept called Karma Yoga for a child? So let us look at 4 pillars of Karma Yoga. And this you can do through many different ways. We will have a look at what are the different ways. First, what is the first pillar of Karma Yoga? Karthavya nirvahanam. We must be able to tell the child, just do your duty. Okay, and now we will see why we should do our duty, and all of that we will come. Second is how to do your duty. Samyak acharanam. Do it to the best of your ability. Third is Ishwararpana Buddhi. Whatever you do, offer it to the Lord. And fourth, Ishwara Prasada Buddhi. These 4 will pretty much cover your entire Karma Yoga. So now let us go into each one of them. Okay? So we'll start with Karthavya Nirvahanam. Okay? First question. What is my Karthavya? Okay, what should I do? So I'll tell you one story. It happened here in the Trai Brindavan itself. One of the speakers, when Swami would sit here in Trai Brindavan, before Swami speaks, Swami will ask one of the elders to speak. So the elder said, "Children, do you know how much sadhana you have to do to achieve the Lord?" And Swami said, "Hey, stop. They have done all of that. That is why they have got me now. Now they have to do only the following." You know what he said? Beautiful. This is so useful for me throughout my life. Study while you study. Play while you play. Eat while you eat. Pray while you pray. That's all. Study while you study. What tends to happen with us? When we are in the office, we think about the home. When we are in the home, we think about the office. When we are sitting here in Bhagavad Gita class, we will be thinking about what to do after the Bhagavad Gita class. Before coming for the Bhagavad Gita class, we will be thinking what is going to happen in the Bhagavad Gita class. You see, we are not in that moment. To be in that moment is karthavya. One way of looking at it. Second, ask the child, when we were a baby, when the child was a baby, the baby understands only one thing. What is that? Survival. All of us, we went through that, isn't it? It understands only one thing, crying. Only one language it has got. The language of crying. Why? Because the only focus of it is my body. If I am hungry, I will cry. If I am sleepy, I will cry. Eventually the child grows up into an adolescent and into a human being and a full-fledged human being, let's say man or a woman. And as we grow, our focus must turn away from our body into the larger society. So your karthavyam will always keep growing more and more. From me, my body, to my family, to my community, to my society, to my country, to my entire world. So you can actually show it as concentric circles, where first only you are there, eventually you have to encompass the entire world. And in karthavya, for example, they say, if an Indian soldier, suppose, God forbid, but if a war breaks out, what should the Indian soldier do? Should he look after his family or should he look after the country? He also has a family. Yes or no? So, should he look after his family or should he look after the country? Which duty is higher duty? Which karthavya is higher karthavya? You can ask the child only this. A 10, 12, 13-year-old child will be able to answer. It will say, looking after the border or going on my duty is always, which means what? As we grow, our sphere of karthavya keeps growing. No, it is said, one very beautiful story. There was one mayor of New York. His name was LaGuardia. In fact, the terminal is also named after him. In the 1940s or 30s, he was the mayor of New York. So as the mayor, he was also like the district magistrate. So he would listen to so many cases. So one day, one case came where one poor, tattered man, was brought in. What is the problem? He has stolen 2 loaves of bread. Poor man with 2 loaves of bread, police has brought him in and told him that, sir, he has stolen these 2 loaves of bread and so please give your justice. He said, stealing is very bad. What is the cost of the loaves of bread? $2. So you have to pay $4. Since you cannot pay, I will pay for you. And so he pays the $4. And then he looks at the rest of the crowd sitting there and he says, this man in our society had to steal and therefore we are all responsible for it. And so he removes his hat and says, all of you pay fine now. And so he collects 50 cents from everyone in the hat. And then he says, this money now will go for his rehabilitation. You see, as the mayor, how should your duty grow? How should our karthavyam go? You can in fact ask, the next question, why should I do my karthavyam? Often our children, they will always ask, why? Anything you ask, I should, get up and chant, why? Sing bhajans, why? No? Why? Always, no? So the question is, why should I do my duty? Anybody over here? Why should you do your duty? Simple answer. Why should I do my responsibility? Why? What will happen if I don't do my responsibility? Anyone? Okay, since you are all, I think you have decided that my time will come, in my class I will talk. Now you talk because it is your chance. Let it fall into chaos. How does it matter to me? I am very satisfied not doing my duty. Duty is God, says who? Sai Baba said it. Let him say. Let him do his duty. Let them do their duty. They are working for me. Sorry? Like Madam said, the brain will become smaller and smaller. So just because you don't want to rust your body, so you have to do your duty. Okay. Shall I tell you one simpler answer than that? Because we want others to do their duty. The only reason why I have to do my duty is because I expect everyone else to do their duty towards me. Yes or no? From the time you wake up, somebody has done their duty. That is why there is water in the tap. One milkman has milked the cow and that it has been coming in a packet. That packet reaches my home. That person has done their duty. That is why I am getting my milk from my newspaper. So now my question to you is, ask the child, from morning to evening, can you bring out the number of people who have done their duty because of which you are able to do your duty? We calculated, in fact, in our class, we had done this. On an average, the number is between 130 and 140. For me, the number was 136 people. 136 people are working so that I can live my life. And the more the number of gadgets, the more the number of connections we have, more number of people are doing their duty. See, why should somebody speak the truth? Because you want others to speak the truth. Think about it, no? Just think about a world in which all are liars. Okay? Just imagine a world in which all of them are liars. So morning you get up. Okay, now you want to go take an auto and go to your office. So you come and say, hey, will you go over here? That fellow will say, how do I know that you want to go there? Maybe you are going to lie. How do I know that you have got money? First you pay me the money, then you will say, how do I know that you are going to take me there only? What if you take me to another place? Right? We believe in the fundamental truth of everybody. That is why the world is able to function. You see? Why truth is the basis of the entire world is because without truth, I cannot live. No, faith and truth are the most fundamental. So why should I be doing my duty? Because I am expecting others to do their duty towards me. The mother, if the mother says, why I should, no, there is another small story I will tell. One day, a small boy, maybe 8-9-year-old boy, like your Balvikas children, he notices that the doorbell rings and then mother goes and opens the door. Then some mechanic comes in. The fridge has not been working for a day or two, and so the mechanic comes and he fixes up the fridge, and at the end of fixing it up, he gives one bill. He says, labor charge so much, then material charge so much, please pay me so much. And the mother goes inside the almirah, brings money and gives it to the mechanic. This boy, he sees all of this. In the evening, the mother tells, hey, just go to that bazaar and bring some vegetables here. Okay. So the boy comes, promptly he goes, brings the vegetable, he goes inside, in his notebook he makes one note. Okay. Then the next day, some guests are suddenly coming, and so he says, hey, we don't have this. Hey, just go to and buy this. He buys it, comes back, makes a note. So like this for 1 week he makes notes. Then one day he has gone to school, the mother is cleaning up the house. She goes into the room and she sees this notebook open and she says, buying vegetables, 20 rupees. Okay, my charge. Because he says, that he sees that mechanic has also come, he has put his charge. So I am also serving the family. Okay, let me also put my charge. And in the evening, when the boy comes back, he sees 100 rupee note. On next to the paper, mother has left 100 rupees note. He says, oh, very nice. Next to the note, one more list is there. Cooking for you, this much. Giving you birth, this much. Bearing you for 9 months in my womb, this much. When the child goes and he hugs the mother and says, Amma, I'm sorry. See why we have to do our duty? Because we want everybody else to do their duties. So what is karthavyam? We can teach. So like this, no, you can have interactive sessions in the Balvikas. So one more. So let's go move on. How should I do it? The answer comes in the next one, which is Samyak Acharanam. How should I do it? To the best of your ability. Samyak means the best. Acharanam means to the doing your best. Right? So, again, what is Samyak Acharanam? To do your best. Why should I do it? Next question. Again, question is why? Why should I do? So, once again, I'll ask you, why I should do? Yeah? Anybody? Why should you do? Why should we do our best? Very nice. Good. You're using now my formula against me. Because you expect everybody else to do the best. Very good. Yes. Also happens in, corporate, not only corporate world. We want our mothers to cook the best, isn't it? Every day. Mother has no break. Every day we expect good food to be there. One day if the food is not good, no, what is this? Uppu illa. This my Kannada is this much only Kannada I know. Okay. Uppu illa, idi illa. We never appreciate even one day for the food that every day the mother or the wife or daughter, whoever is putting on our table. One day if it is not good. So we want Samyak Acharanam from everybody else. Right? Okay. That is one reason. Any other reason?
So that we don't lose that capability.
Don't lose. That's a very advanced way of thinking. So that we don't lose the ability.
Yes.
How do I know I am performing the best?
I should be exhausted.
You should be tired, exhausted.
Yes.
Physically, mentally.
In whatever that activity is.
Is exhaustion the only KPI, key performance indicator?
At least one of them, I think.
Okay. Sorry? Self-satisfaction.
Being true to ourselves. Following the truth.
Others should recognize. Following the
truth. Being true to ourselves. So when we do something, so you said truth is the basis for everything, right?
Now you're all thinking as gurus. I'm asking you to think like a 12-year-old. See what you are saying, no? To be true to myself. The child doesn't know what is true to myself, no?
You want
appreciation. Yes, so recognition, appreciation, to get a pat on the back. And so now the problem is, if I don't get the pat on the back, that means that if you're not number one, you're last. This is the problem. Maximum pressure on the child comes number one. Why didn't you stand number one? There are 30 other people here in the class. Somebody has to be number one. Isn't it? Everybody cannot be number one. Our society, has made us think as to stand number one. That's all. Every mother and father want the child to be, my child only should be number one. I don't want anybody else's child to be number one. Okay? I'll give you an example. Suppose there is a teacher. Some of you are teachers over here, and all of you are gurus, but are you also teachers in school? Yeah. Principals? Anybody principal? Yes. Thought so. Okay. So now imagine that you're a teacher, you're correcting board exam papers, 10th class. So you don't know the name, you don't know the roll number, nothing. It comes to you like a... But when you get the paper in your hand, looking at the handwriting, you know that it is your own child's answer sheet. Your own child's answer sheet has come to you. So now you have two hats to wear. Your mother's mind is telling you, my own child, if he gets good marks in this paper, he will get good college. And then there is the other hat, which is teacher's hat. No, I should only mark how much ever he has got. Which one will you do? Abba. We are in Brindavan. We are attending Balvikas Guru's convention. How can there be any other answer than the second one? Correct? No. At least here, I should give the second answer. Okay, my question to you is, raise this with a child. I'm giving you lots of different tips which you already must be, you're all experienced gurus. I'm nobody to tell you, but think about this. So anyway, the point is not to raise or ask you for answers. Because remember, in spirituality, there is no right answer, there is no wrong answer. In spirituality, there are only right questions. There are no answers. Answers are with him. Questions are with us. You see, Gita, that is what it... Who gave the answers? Bhagavan gives the answers. Who asked the questions? Parthaya pratibodhitam bhagavatam. We are all Parthas. Okay, so our job is to only ask questions. That's why I have also asked so many questions. We are all like Arjunas. Why should I do duty? How should I duty? And by the way, these are not my questions. These are there in the Gita also. Means Arjuna himself asked these questions. Right? And Bhagavan gives answers. And not only Bhagavan Krishna, same Krishna, because syllabus did not go into our head. That's why Bhagavan has to come once again as our Bhagavan, our beloved Swami, to give us answers which we understand. Moving on. How should I do it? What is the time? Yeah. Okay. So now we will go to the next, which is, how should I do it? How can you do the best samyak acharanam? The best way to do any work is to make it as a worthy offering to the Lord. Ishwararpana buddhi. More than recognition from anybody else, if I can get recognition from God, what can be a better offering than that? Especially in our Swami's organization, if you notice, anything happens, Swami Daya, by Swami's grace. Whether we understand it or not, Swami has put it into us by Swami's grace. If only we start meaning it, imagine what it will be. Everything that is happening in my life is by His grace. So, Ishwararpana buddhi, once again, why should I offer? Once again question, why should I offer my actions and the fruits? Yes, answers. Now you will say there are no answers. In easiest way to explain this to children, I'm sure you also know this, is whatever we have in our life, as Madam was telling, is because of Ishvara, because of the Lord. Just imagine, in fact, while on our way over here, we were listening to some Gita. Every single cell in our body, imagine, right from the time we were born, we were a single-celled being, only one cell. That one cell became this entire body. Okay, imagine the number of organs in our body. Are we in control of any of our organs? Heart, liver, kidneys, lungs, pancreas, nothing is in our control. How can we say, I know what I am doing? We don't know anything. All the greatest achievers in their life, somebody who has become Nobel laureates, somebody who has become the greatest scientists or economists or writers or novelists or even the greatest philosophers and saints, right? Their body is not in their hand. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, cancer. Ramana Maharshi, cancer. What is there in our hands? One day, all our achievements will be shown, where? In the hospital. At least this is our, in Prasanthi in Puttaparthi, hospital doctors, they are most respected because whatever you are, one day you have to go there. One of our brothers is the head of radiology. He's the manager of radiology. We always say, brother, nobody takes panga with you. Means nobody disrespects you. Why? One day you will need a CT scan or an MRI scan. And that day we will be standing in front of your office. Bhaiya, one CT scan, one MRI, one ultrasound. We have seen the biggest of the big people become humble in front of their own bodies. One heart attack, not that anybody should have any here, right? But therefore, nothing is in our hand. Every breath that we are taking, we take it for granted, isn't it? That we are taking the next breath, right? Everything is done by Him. Now, why this is so important for our children? Because that brings in two very, very important traits for our children, for us also. What is that? In spirituality, the first two steps, gratitude and humility. When you have this Ishwararpana bhavam, Ishwararpana buddhi, you are grateful in life for everything. Every morning, you don't get up with WhatsApp. You get up with a thankful attitude. Swami, I have the eyes to see WhatsApp. I have the hands which go and take my phone and see WhatsApp. I have the brain to see what is written in the WhatsApp. How many of us start our day like that? No? So, gratitude is the first step. And you know why gratitude? Bhagavan would always say, as long as you are grateful, you have gratitude, you will be happy. If you don't have gratitude, you'll never be happy. The secret to happiness lies in gratitude. Yeah. The more and more we are grateful for anything and everything. And that's what brings me to the last part, which is Ishvara Prasada Buddhi. So what are the four pillars once again? Karthavya Nirvahana, Samyak Acharanam, Ishwararpana Buddhi, Ishvara Prasada Buddhi. Now you see, Ishwararpana Bhavam or Ishwararpana Buddhi is Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavir, Brahmahagno, Brahmanahutam. Right? Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. In which pillar does it come? Think about it. In which pillar does it come? Does it come in Samyak Acharanam? Does it come in Ishwararpana Buddhi? Does it come in the first one? What is the first one? Exactly. Right? This Karmanyevadhikaraste covers all the four. So like this, if you look at all the 12 or 13 shlokas that have been given to you for group 2 or for group 3, if you just tell our child, if you are able to impress upon our child these four things, do your duty, do it to the best of your ability, offer your best to the Lord, and then whatever comes back to you is Ishvara Prasada Buddhi. When we go to the temple, after the Arati, the Pujari, you see, we would have offered some peda, okay, or something, but the Pujari will come and put something else in our hand. Is that your experience? But whatever you get in the temple, you just take like that and you just walk out. Even if you don't like that prasadam. Yes or no? Why? Because that is Ishvara Prasada. In Ishvara Prasadam, there is no likes and no dislikes. Now imagine if I am able to do that with everything in my life. Everything is Ishvara Prasadam. So what I would suggest, take your Balvikas children to a temple and let them experience this. And ask them what did they feel, when they came out of the prasad. Whatever you are carrying, Swami's prasadam. Right? So, if you actually notice now these four concepts, we have tried to put them in. Actually, there is not one first and one second. You can start anywhere. You can start with Ishvara Prasad Buddhi. Whatever talent we have, whatever we have in our life is what prasadam, including this body, including this mind, including our intelligence. Everything is Ishvara Prasada Buddhi. Because Ishvara has given it to us, now what I should do to it? I should do karthavya nirvahanam. I should do my duty. Okay, so I will now stop here with this karma yoga in case you are all bored, and we will very quickly understand one more thing. Most of you maybe, and maybe then I will ask you to explain. Why Gita? I noticed that, when I was going through the schedule for this program, only Bhagavad Gita was the specific topic given. All other topics were generic topics. I think yesterday you all had generic discussion, no? How should the Guru be, etc., etc. So I was thinking, Swami, why only Bhagavad Gita? Right? So, where does Gita come in our entire Bharatiya Jnana Parampara or Indian knowledge systems? Today, this word is a very important word. Indian knowledge systems, IKS. In all universities, majority of the university, central government also, in the NEP, National Education Policy also, IKS. You'll find lots of Indian knowledge system. That Indian knowledge system is nothing but Bharatiya Jnana Parampara. So, little bit, some quiz questions for all Balvikas Gurus. Usually you give the quiz, today you will take the quiz. So how can we look at the entire Bharatiya Jnana Parampara? Any thoughts? How do we categorize? Oh, the answers are already there. This is the disadvantage of not knowing Kannada. Right. So, all our entire Jnana Parampara can be looked at from two perspectives, Shrutis and Smritis. Where does Gita come? Shruti. Smriti, only two. Either Shruti or Smriti. Just say one.
Smriti, because it is recorded in the Mahabharata, which is Itihasa.
Wonderful. Right? So, it is a part of the Smritis. What is the difference between Shruti and Smriti, One answer. Any one answer. Quickly.
Shruti is
one
what
second.
which is...
We'll just... Brother is an encyclopedia, so... Shruti is what?
Which is heard. What is heard, and Smriti is what is to be remembered.
Okay. Yes. So basically, simple answer, Shrutis are apaurishayam. They are not written by any human being. Apaurishayam, apurusha. Shrutis are all which have come as revelations. Smritis have an author. Every Smriti has an author. Vedas don't have any author. Simple answer. Keep that in mind. Very, very important. Okay. So in Shrutis, you have the Vedas. In the Vedas also, there is Samhita, Brahmanas, Aranyakas. This is Balvikas 101, no? Group 1, we teach all of this in Group 1. Group 2, okay. In my days, it used to be in Group 1. Okay. So you have Upanishads. Right? So where does Gita come? Smritis. Under Smritis, there is something called Itihasas. Which are the Itihasas? Ramayana and Mahabharata. In Mahabharata, Gita comes. So then why, if Vedas are the most important texts, then why we are reading Bhagavad Gita? Wonderful, yes. The essence. So what does, there is a very beautiful, in Gita Dhyana shlokas, exactly, the first one which Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavatim Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Advaitamruta Varshinim Bhagavad Gita Ashtadashadhyayanim. Right? So this gives you an introduction. In one of that, Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopalanandana. If all the Upanishads were cows, then the cow herd is Gopalanandana. Okay, and the essence is Gita and the calf is Arjuna. Partha, which is we all. So Gita is the summum bonum of the entire knowledge given to us in a way we understand. So, we all know what is the Prasthanatraya, right? The three canonical texts, the foundational documents. Why Gita is to be taught? Because it is the foundation upon which entire life can be built. You see, Swami also wrote 3 Vahinis on just these 3. There is an Upanishad Vahini, there is a Sutra Vahini, there is a Gita Vahini. Why? Because these are the foundational texts of our Bharatiya Jnana Parampara. Okay. Now, how to understand this? What is Brahma Sutra? I will go a little, this is important because your gurus, I don't want to just give you some stories. We must understand, we must get a very good grasp. My understanding is a Balvikas guru must know much, much more than what is being taught in the class. If in the class you have to take 12 shlokas, you should know at least 100 shlokas of Gita. Because every shloka actually has a context. If you simply teach the shloka out of context, for example, Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavir, Brahma Gnau, Brahmana Hutam, Brahmaivatena Gantavyam, Brahma Karma Samadhina. Which chapter? I thought it will be much louder. 4th chapter. Right? What was the context in which Bhagavan told this? He was talking about eating? Was he talking about culinary skills? Was he giving Arjuna some master chef lessons? Then why did he say Brahmarpanam? We use it for before eating food. But what was the context in which Krishna used this? We must know that. I can, but then that will be going beyond the scope of this particular talk. That is why I feel that, in fact, my suggestion was have a 2-day workshop just on Gita. If Gita becomes only 1 hour, you cannot cover it. Then we will only know the meanings of those shlokas. If you want to know what is the context in which it was said, because a guru must know that. Child need not know that. A 12, 13-year-old, if you tell 4th chapter, but the guru must know, no? Then only the guru can guide the discussion in the class. Right? So, Brahmarpanam, just to let you know, there are 13 yajnas that Lord Krishna describes in the 4th chapter. And he says the highest of all the yajnas is what? Brahma yajna. What is that? Brahma karma samadhina. When Brahmaiva tena gantavyam, when you become one with Brahman, then all your karmas become Brahma karmas. A person who has got such a Brahma karma samadhina, for him, Brahma arpanam, Brahma havir, Brahma agnau and Brahmana hutam. There is nothing other than Brahman. For the person who has become one, Brahmaiva tena gantavyam, and he has reached the level of Brahma karma samadhi. Imagine at what level Swami is speaking. What did Swami do for us? Chant this just before you eat food, no? Chant. Now we are thinking our dal is Brahma, chutney is Brahma. Yes, no doubt. But that is the level at which we have to, not just our food. Right? There is only one purpose for which the avatar comes. What is that? To make us understand this. Brahmaiva tena gantavyam Brahma karma samadhina. That I and you are one. This is the central teaching of Bhagavad Gita. If we don't know this, what is the purpose of Gita? People say stress management. No, today Gita is used everywhere. Management lessons through Bhagavad Gita. Very good. Stress management through Gita. Very good. Relevance to today's challenges. Very good. Those are trinkets and trash. Bhagavad Gita is only for one purpose. What is that? Tattvam asi, aham brahmasmi. Only purpose of Gita. Others are all byproducts. See, Bhagavan, avatar doesn't come to set up super speciality and run one Sathya Sai organization. Brahmanda Nayaka Baba, Chand aur Suraj tumne banaya, Nadiya Sagar tumne banaya, Sathya Sai organization tumne banai. No. He doesn't come for this. He is Brahmanda Nayaka. He comes to only remind us, hey, you know what? Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya Jivo Brahmaiva Napara. Me and you are one. Incidentally, one super hospital will come. One Sathya Sai organization will come. We have to be very, very clear about this as gurus. Otherwise, we will be teaching them, no, Brahmarpanam. Okay? So, moving on. I will probably skip this because this will not be that useful maybe for you all. Okay? What is Siddhanta Prasthana? What is Sadhana Prasthana? It was Nyaya Prasthana. I leave that. Okay. Why to study the Gita? Just now I told that But I heard one very interesting thing. You know what I heard? Every time you buy a device, you buy one projector, computer, what comes along with it? A manual will come. How to use it. We got this body and this mind. Did any manual come with it? No, where is the manual for this body and mind? Bhagavad Gita is the manual for human life. How to, right from every karmendriya and every jnanendriya that we have, right up to understanding who is the indweller. How exactly to use our mind, how to use our body, this is what the Bhagavad Gita tells us. So if you want to know what is the manual of human life, why it is important for children, because they have just started using their body and mind. They must be aware that there is a manual. Otherwise, imagine, whole life we have used this body and mind, we don't know how to use it. We are looking at others and usually that's what happens, no? Mobile also, when we get it, we don't read the manual. Hey, how to use this? How to open this app? We ask others. Actually, if you read the manual, you will get to know everything. So Bhagavad Gita is the manual. And personally, I would like to say, though many of you, how to be in a class as gurus, this is something that Swami had once, in a couple of discourses, Swami has covered this. And so I would like to tell you this. First and foremost, a teacher, a guru must be a good teacher. Most basic. You must know what you are teaching. We must know the syllabus. But covering the syllabus is not our priority. In a Balvikas class, covering syllabus is not priority. Understanding whether the child is able to understand what we are telling, number one priority. Number two, to create a safe space where the child can come and express itself. That is educare, isn't it? Bhagavan said, what is the difference between school education and our education? Spiritual education is what comes from the child. Yes or no? Many of us, what do we do in our Balvikas? Again, it becomes another lecture session. We are just using, another opportunity to cram some more information into the children. Will that stay with the child? No, it is not. Why? It's only 2 hours a week. Rest of the week, the child is getting bombarded with 150 other things. Why will the child remember? So which means we have to make the child understand by expressing it out from the child. That is educare. Swami would often tell all my students, they are all Brahma Rishis. Okay, and we all used to think, oh, we are Brahma Rishis. Basically, all of us are Brahma Rishis. So, if we have that faith, that child is nothing but Swami in another form sitting in front of me, the child already has all the values in it. I have to just bring it out. So what I will do, I will become innovative in my practices. For me, it's not about taking one, piece of paper. I have to cover 3 shlokas today. I will go and teach it. No. Can I create a game to teach karma yoga? Can I create one game? Can I create one activity? If song or singing is your forte or the child's forte, make him or her sing a song. We have to be highly creative as Balvikas gurus. Oftentimes, one of the things we hear is lot of dropouts in Balvikas. After 9th class, 8th class, nobody comes for Balvikas. We always stand over here in podiums and say 5 lakh children in Balvikas. How many pass out every year? 3,000. India-wide, not just, I think that those are the numbers we have. 3,000, 5,000 children pass out from Balvikas. 5 lakh children enrollment. Why? Why 90% dropout? Because the child is not feeling any value. If the child is able to say, you know what, I am able to do better in my studies because I come for Balvikas, isn't that a win-win situation? Which means we have to be creative enough in the class to make the child realize, hey, this is the most interesting and most important place for you to come. That must become our goal or our mission. Right? Second, role model. Not just teaching what is being given, but Swami would always say, పిల్లవాడు వాళ్ళు వినపట్లేదు, వాళ్ళు చూస్తున్నారు. మీరు ఏం చేస్తున్నారు, వాళ్ళు చూస్తున్నారు. Which means they don't listen to you, they watch you. They are not seeing what you are talking, they are seeing what you are doing. So we must walk the talk. If they find the Balvikas Guru is teaching something in class, the moment the class gets over, the Balvikas Guru is something else, finished. The child is going to lose complete faith. Why? Because he is seeing two different people. Which means we must become not Balvikas Gurus in one period. 24/7 we must become Balvikas Gurus. Because the child could see us anywhere. Role model. Third, even beyond role model, we must become mentors as far as possible. For example, when Madam was speaking, I noticed she even now, after probably 40 or 50 years, she still remembers the Balvikas teacher who taught her. Why? Probably because she was a mentor. She just did not teach the syllabus. She was much, much more. I know of several Balvikas teachers, including my own Balvikas teacher. After 30, 40, 50 years also, we still remember our Balvikas teacher. Justice Ram Subramaniam ji, who is one of our members of the Central Trust, one of the Justice of the Supreme Court. He was one of the first batch of Balvikas teachers, Balvikas Gurus, students. He was remembering his Balvikas teacher 60 years back. Imagine the impact that Balvikas Guru was able to create. Why? Mentor. Beyond the classroom, that teacher means something to me. That Guru means something to me. Yes, it requires effort. And that is why once Bhagavan was telling, Balvikas Gurus need not do any other sadhana. Their bringing up this child is their greatest worship of me. No need of any other sadhana. Right? So, but then it comes with effort. Swami would often differentiate between Kama Putras and Prema Putras. Lastly, you can do all of this only if you are a sadhaka. A Balvikas Gurus fundamentally must be a sadhaka. We have to become students of Balvikas, students of Bhagavad Gita, students of Bhagavan. Only then can we become a Guru. I will end just on one small story which is very, very dear to me. I will take you back to Brindavan. We are in one Brindavan, but I will take you to Mathura Brindavan. There was a great flute maker. His job was to make flutes. And he used to go from village to village, giving his flutes, selling his flutes. One morning, he has landed up in Brindavan. And as he enters Brindavan, he hears the most magical, most mellifluous flute being played. By whom? Gopala Nandana. And listening to that flute, he is mesmerized. And now he wants to know the source of this flute. And so he's running and he sees that from behind a tree that is emerging, that flute sound is emerging. And by the time he reaches, Krishna runs away from him. And so all he has seen in his life is the back of Lord Krishna running away. The very same day, Lord Krishna left to Mathura. But this flute was haunting his mind because he had never heard flute like that. And so he decides from that day onwards, the mission of my life is to make a flute like that. the perfect flute. And from then onwards starts his sadhana. Every day morning he would get up, make a flute, he'll finish it, he'll play it. Not good enough. Throw it off. Take another bamboo, make another flute, play it. Not good enough. Throw it. Like this, weeks passed, months passed, years passed. And now in his home, there was a mountain of flutes, all discarded flutes. Mountain. And his family also came looking for him. They also settled in Brindavan. Okay, and everybody would call him, hey, that mad flute maker. Why? Because continuously he will be making flutes and throwing it. And his child, who was a little baby when he came, is now grown up, and he is also called that mad flute maker's son. After about 12 years, now his child is 12-year-old, and he gets the news that for one day, Krishna is going to come back to Brindavan to meet the gopis. He is coming at 6 o'clock in the evening, and he will be leaving back to Mathura at 12 o'clock midnight. And now he says, my God, this is my moment. I want to give him the perfect flute. I want to offer the perfect flute to the Lord. And he's making and making. Imagine, after years and years, at around 6 o'clock, he hears, the chariots running into and so he knows that now Krishna is in town. So he's hurrying up, trying to make the perfect flute. At around 11:15 at night, he has just finished making one flute. He puts it on his lips, and yes, the perfect flute. Exactly the sound that he had heard 12 years back. The same sound is now coming from this flute. Thrilled, he goes to have his bath, comes back, and what does he do? He tells his son, he decorates his son in the same way in which he had seen Krishna 12 years back, because at that time Krishna was of this age. So he decorates his son like Krishna, puts one peacock feather, Pitambaram, and tells him, I will have my bath and come back. You have to take this flute and go and give it to the Lord somehow. He comes back and he notices the flute is missing. What happened to the flute? He asks his son, what happened to the flute? The son says, which flute? The flute which was over here. Oh, that one, I threw it into that pile. What are you talking about? What did you do? This was the flute I have been dying for 12 years. And so he goes back into the pile and he starts picking up. He checks. And now he's not able to find the flute. Krishna is going to leave in 15 more minutes. Anyway, what he cannot do anything. He searches some 10 flutes. Finally, he gets one flute which sounds something like that. And he sends the flute. He says, run, take this and run up to Krishna, and somehow you give it to him. By then it is around 12:05. All the ministers, they are telling Krishna, time up. You have to go back to Mathura. Okay, it's a long journey, protocol. And Krishna is telling, I'm waiting for somebody. Right? And just then this boy, huffing, puffing, comes up. The guards stop him. Krishna says, no, I'm waiting for this boy only. Boy goes up to Krishna and says, he offers it. Krishna takes the flute. And after years and years, Krishna once again plays. And once again, it's a magical flute. And all the gopis and all the ministers, they are enthralled. It's a divine melody. The boy is touched. The boy takes the flute. The Lord says, take this flute back and give it to your father as my gift to him. Boy runs back. He enters the hut. Papa, what happened? Says, tell me what happened. The father is just sitting in bliss. He says, what happened? Krishna played. He played this flute. Then what happened? He said that he told me to give it back to you as prasadam. The father is just calm. He says, Papa, are you not excited? 12 years you have been waiting to give this flute. He said, I will tell you what happened here. As soon as the Lord put that flute on his adharam, on his lips, the thousands of rejected flutes, which was a mountain in his house, they all rose up into the sky and they all come around him. And from every flute, the same magical music is coming. The same magic was coming from each of the thousands and thousands of flutes. And then he says, today I realize it is not about the flute, but it is about the flute player. The magic does not lie in the flute. The magic lies in the flute player. Dear brothers and sisters, each one of us are trying to become that flute in his hands. Let us not believe that we have the ability. We have to only show our availability to him. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for a lively, engaging, and insightful talk. This talk has equipped our Balvikas gurus with some practical and simple ways to teach the Bhagavad Gita effectively in Balvikas classes. Sir has reiterated the role and importance of Balvikas gurus and of each of us being a sadhaka. Let us put our hands once again for Dr. Amey Deshpande.